Hello everyone and welcome to another video inside the mind of Jin, and this time it's going to be talking about why I hate texting. Now, like anything else, I'm sure that the people or the creators of any mobile device, the whole point of a mobile device is to make life easier. There's a reason why you can check like your online banking, you can check your social media, do all that thing in a one. Simple, just a couple of button touches and you're good to go, you're online or whatever. Same thing as I believe to be the case with communication between two individuals or more. The problem that arises is the actual human behaviour between certain individuals. And through this behaviour is why I do not like texting. Now, the whole point of a text is to relieve the complications a little bit from actually directly phoning somebody, hoping they're actually available right there at that moment, and then having a conversation and hanging up the phone. A text to me is like an easy way of saying, like, okay, I can just give this message to somebody, and then I can do my thing, and then they'll text me when they get it. The problem with that is the fact that you assume that the person on the other end will behave accordingly. No, like your mates, for example, right? Your mates are assholes, right? like your mates are kind of dumbasses. Like you send a message and then they'll like text you back a wee bit, like, mate, oh sorry, I was on the shitter or fucking, I don't know, like I was out with a girlfriend or something, and they'll say, alright, yeah, cool, mate, I'll meet you later for a drink or whatever. Right, cool, fine, whatever. So mates, 90% of the time are like alright, unless the only reason the time I think it pisses you off is probably when you've lent them like money. And it's like, mate, I'll give you back to you by Friday, and it gets to Friday, and they haven't text you. You're like, so you send them a message, and then you don't get a message back. Like, this motherfucker, my mate is fucking dinging my shit. But the biggest problem, in my opinion, is when it's the opposite sex. The problem with communicating via text message is the idea of control from one person to the other. And what I'll give an example. One time was, I've seen this girl for a couple of weeks, and she said something. I can't remember what it was about, but she basically told me like something that was not a good thing. And then I tried to phone her, and she didn't answer the phone. And then she sent me a message like 10 minutes later saying, "Can we just text?" Like we've actually got to that point where like people can't handle direct conversation. Not to say everybody can, but I believe through like the convenience of text messaging that people just would rather just do it that way, because there's also a benefit through messaging that you can compose and construct your messages the way you want to, rather than being slightly more impulsive by being directly over the phone. Which I don't know, it's probably a good thing and a bad thing depending on what way you look at it. But also the thing is, anybody ever noticed, and I'm sure you have, is the kiss rule, which pisses me off. The kiss rule is what I call basically when you send a message to somebody, right, of the opposite sex, and you send like one kiss, right, the person somehow instinctively or automatically, I don't know which way to describe it, will send one kiss back. If you send two kisses in the message, the other person will send two kisses back. So say you're having like a conversation and you're sending like two kisses for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 messages, and then maybe the conversation goes south just a little bit, nothing major, and you send one kiss. So the other person will send one kiss. And it's like this it's like you're not only having the conversation of what's actually within the text, you're also having a conversation of saying how fun or light-hearted or serious the text is by the amount of kisses you're willing to put at the end of a message. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, oh man, no kisses, really? You're going to give me no kisses? Right, cool. Right, I see where we're at right now. And that's how ridiculous it is. But like anything else, communication between two individuals can be so complex as much as all the people that create mobile devices want it to be, like the idea in your head that it's easy. We just have a natural ability to complicate shit. Same thing as like time constraints or something. Now, I have like different variances of this time constraint thing. Where it's like, say you're going to be your mates, right? And you send a message to your mate saying, right, mate, we're going to. It's like, what time do you want to go out? And they send a message saying, where do you want to go? And they don't answer you back. Well, the time that actually gets to the time where you're going to go out and you don't get a message back, then that question is mute. There's no point because either somebody else will have told you, or the shit just fell apart and it doesn't matter anymore. There's no point of asking people where you're going to go out with the time's already passed. Because unless you want to try and hunt down 3 or 4 people, like, where the fuck are you? thing as well with the time constraint is there's also times where there is no time constraint on something. It could be simply a generic question like, "Hey, how's work, whatever." The thing is that I believe is the fact that based on the importance of of that person you're texting, of that person's perceived importance of relationship to you, will dictate when they'll text you back. For example, if somebody's quite used to be on the for me example, I'm not on my phone at all. Like it doesn't really bother me. I can quite happily have my phone off for a week and it doesn't really bother me. But somebody who's used to being on the phone like every single day and on social media and stuff, I imagine they're pretty like quite active and they talk to quite a lot of people. And the thing is, based on the more people that they talk to, then surely there has to be some sort of way that they actually could like decide who they want to talk to and how to do it throughout the day. So if you're on your phone quite a lot, then I'm sure, like a lot of you kind of try to manage who you talk to within that given time period. So for example, me, who's not on my phone that often, to somebody who is on the phone, if I text someone, because I do it I don't do it as often as somebody else does. To me, it's more important because I feel like, well, I've made the effort now, whereas that person on the other end has already got like 3 or 4 people talking to them, so they're just like, all right, I'll get round to it when I get round to it. But to me, I'm like, well, hey, like I've made the effort here, like fucking, like what the fuck? Like it's been like 3 days and I've asked you like 2 questions and you haven't said fuck all, and then it's just like, I get if people are busy, right? Or maybe they're like not feeling well or a little bit depressed or something, they just don't want me there. That's fine. But like when it gets to like a week later and then they hit you up with like, hey, like, hey, fuck you, motherfucker. Hey, I've fucking like been sitting here for like 3 days, and that's the best you can come up with. Like, did you just completely forget the fucking text that I sent you before? Is that not like, does that not matter the fuck? Like, I don't know. I guess it all depends what kind of personality you have, but these are some of the few reasons that I dislike texting. There is a few more, but I don't want to make the video too long. If there's any examples you can give me within the comments below, because I'm sure, as I say, I haven't said all of them, so I'm sure you can think of some that I haven't bothered to mention within this video, and I will catch y'all next time.